Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our programs of Leo and Joleo of the 18th of September 2018. My name is Yodone Bulamba. I'm going to share with you some time, to spend with you some time sharing the news and to keep you up to date with the situation of the DRC Congo. I'm going to spend some time with you telling you what has been happening in the Congo for the past few hours, and that will just help us all together to know where we are up to, what has been happening, and also finally I'll pick up one point which I'm going to explain, I'm going to analyze, but your contribution is mostly welcome. You can also put some of your ingredients, some also of your comments while I'm talking. But before we start this information, this news of ours, let me bring to your attention that I've just received an urgent message which is coming from another brother or friend, saying that is a headmaster of one of the schools known as Lukweti. That headmaster of the school known as Lukweti Secondary School, the name of the headmaster is Kiana Wetemwami. Kiana Wetemwami has just been kidnapped by armed men. So people don't identify them, unidentified armed people. And he was kidnapped at Lukweti. So people have been wondering what happened. And for those who don't know, Lukweti is around the territory of Masudi, not too far from Nyabindo, around 125 kilometers from Goma, in the area which is known as Kashali. So this is the news. So whoever have seen this man known as Kiana Wetemwami, who is the headmaster of Lukweti Secondary School, please, you can inform the police, you can inform authorities, because he has just been kidnapped right now. So thank you very much for that, brother. So without taking long, we are now going to go straight away to our headlines. And today we are going to go to Jugu, where we were again yesterday. Jugu is in Ituri, where 15 people were killed as the final result of that war, or that weekend attack between the forces of Congolese armies and those unidentified armed people. In South Kivu, the administrator of the territory of Mwenga is under arrest in Bukavu. And I will tell you the reasons why in the next few minutes. In North Kivu, we will go back to North Kivu again, where in Ruchuru, the director of the prison and his wife were also shot dead in their house. That was on Sunday, the 16th of September, around 6:30 p.m. In Bunia, a minor girl was raped in a church by gunmen. That was yesterday on Monday, 17th of September, around 2 a.m. while they were doing their night prayer or overnight prayers. And I will talk about a little bit about the case of Bemba. Jean-Pierre Bemba is now out of the jail, meaning that he is now walking free. However, he was given 1 year or 12 months in jail. But after looking at his situation considerably, so the judge considered that the sentence of imprisonment had been served already. So he can walk home freely, but he continues to have that criminal record on him. So these are the points that I'm going to develop, and the last one that I will touch, it will be just to remind the people of the Congo that tomorrow, September the 19th, 2018, is the date that we are all expecting to see the final list for the candidate for the legislative, national legislative and presidential candidate of the Congo. So we are expecting that list tomorrow from CENI. So it will be published tomorrow and you will know who is maintained, who is retained as a candidate for the presidential and also for the national legislatives. So without taking longer, let us go to our point. Here we go to this area known as Jugu in Ituri. As I told you during the weekend, there was a war, there was exchange of fire, of bullets between the naval forces of the Congolese army and the gunmen who were very well equipped with ammunition, who attacked 3 areas. And those 3 areas which were attacked, 3 villages of those naval forces are Movaramo, Sangwayu-Moya, and Tara. So according to the information which came to our attention this today, 15 people lost their lives, among them 9 soldiers and 6 civilians. Among the 6 civilians are 2 women. When those combatants, when those people attacked the area, they kidnapped, they took with them 30 individuals. However, those 30 individuals have been released and they are now back to their families. But also, this exchange of fire bullet has left also 8 people seriously injured, and they are now treated in a local hospital. Among them are a 13-year-old minor person. However, although that fighting has stopped, the people of the area continues to live in insecurity day after day, minute after minute. They continue to complain a lot because their security is only on fingerprint of the rebels or those people who attack, those militias who attack their areas. Therefore, wives of soldiers, women stood up, and the military women or military soldiers, soldiers' wives stood up, and they couldn't stop themselves to externalize their wrath because they are angry and they are deceived because the security of the area is extremely poor and their husbands have been killed like flies from time to time. This will take us straight away to South Kivu, where since last Thursday, the 13th of September 2011, this person known as Bernard Zagabe or Bertin Zagabe, the administrator of the territory of Mwenga, has been under arrest and he has been kept. He has been living, actually, he has been kept in one of the military camps in the Congo, precisely in Bukavu. That camp is known as Sayo. He was accused of having an armed troop that devalizes or steals, loots and killed, sometimes in Mwenga, where he used to be the administrator and where he used to work on behalf of the political part of Kabila, PPRD, which is in power, and sometimes he used also to loot people with this armed group that created in Kamanyola. So this gentleman, who is a member of PPRD, political party of Kabila, he has been working as the administrator of that territory of Mwenga. However, he made this group with Burundian people, Burundian militias, in order to come to attack his territory where he represents the government of Kabila, so that people of the territory can be intimidated or maybe killed, because he loot for them. And what does he loot? Normally that area people produce, get a lot of, that area contains a lot of gold and minerals. So he will send the people, those militias, to individuals' houses where they will attack you at gunpoint, and they will loot you, they will take whatever they want to take and take it back to him. So this guy now, he has been under arrest, and they found 2 guns in his house in Kamanyola. How did he come in contact with those Burundian militias? According to the Burundian militias who were arrested, who were captured in Kamituga, they confessed that he is a man who sent them and they have been working for him for the past several years. They met for the first time in Kamanyola, where they used to work together. This will lead us to Ruchuru, where is a director of a prison and his wife on Sunday 16th of September around 6 p.m. were shot dead at their home in Kiwanja, which is around 70 kilometers away from Goma. So Birimani Mweze is the director of the Nyongera prison, and his wife were murdered by gunmen again, unknown gunmen. And we know that this game of Kabila has been continuing. He has been shooting people, he has been kidnapping, and his people have been just doing it like a game. It's like a simple game, but it costs human being lives. So please, people who have been taking care and security of the country, we are asking them to look after our nation. Our condolences for the families of those two people who have lost their lives, and for those who were also killed in Mwenga under the attack of Zagabe and his militias, and for those who have lost also their lives elsewhere, like in Jugu and in other corner of the Congo. This will take us straight away to Bunia, where a minor girl who is only 16 on Monday 17th of September around 2 a.m. she went to church to worship, to pray, to overnight with other people. And there in the church, armed men from nowhere just appeared in the church. They intimidated everybody. They confiscated their phones. They told everybody to lie down. Then they took this lady who is only 16 and raped her before they vanished. In the church were 5 women, 1 man, and the girl who was 16. So those people just vanished in the nature and no one knows their whereabouts. This is a very sad story, very shocking story. I don't understand. It's just nonsense to see those men who can come into the church and rape a girl in the church. That is so shocking and horrible. We have been sick of those rapes in Congo. Raping people haven't started today, hasn't started today. It has been there for a while. It has been more than 20 years now, where Congolese women, boys and girls have been raped by militias and those who are bad people. So we are asking for the population of Bunia, where the girl was raped, from that church which is known as La Trompette in Simbiliabo district. We are asking for the population, whoever has seen them, really to notify the authorities, and people should look after each other. Most of the time our local authorities, our government authorities are weak, are careless, and for them that's not an issue at all. But we as a civilian, we have to keep an eye on each other back and look after ourselves. Once again, we share this deep concern with this serious problem with the family of the girl and the girl herself. We hope that she will recover soon because she was taken to the hospital, and we hope that she will feel better soon. Straight away we go to this situation of Jean-Pierre Bemba, where the International Court, Criminal Court on Monday, September the 17th, sentenced Jean-Pierre Bemba for 12 months imprisonment and for financial penalty of 300,000 euros. Kilolo and Mungenda, who both were just lawyers of Bemba, each received a total sentence of 11 months internment. Kilolo was also fined 30,000 euros. The ICC ordered that the time already spent in detention on the orders of the court be deducted from these sentences, and therefore considered that the sentences of imprisonment had been served. ICC also pointed out the defense effect of these 3 people being imprisoned for a long time, which had significant impact on their professional reputation, finances, and family. The convictions and acquittals of the 5 accused are final. This will take us to another point where I want to see, yes, now Jean-Pierre Bemba and others are free. But is John Peter Bemba freedom gonna to help or to contribute in the political turmoil or the political preparation, the election preparation of the Congo for 2018? I doubt it. I doubt it. First of all, as I've just said to that news in brief that I just gave to you maybe 15-20 minutes earlier, Jean-Pierre Bemba shows somehow that, you know, he's a little bit disappointed or deceived, or is a little bit demotivated, I would say, because now he's not going to South Africa to participate to that meeting with other leaders of the opposition. Now he's not going to go back to the parliamentary sessions, which are starting to kick off tomorrow in the Congo. So now it's like, you know, he's pulling back somehow. Is he really going to continue with politics, or this is just it for him? Let's see what will happen, but we can't say much or comment a lot about it. I'm not quite sure that really he will have the chance to continue to fight for this election. Why? I think that because now, within the next 24 hours or less than 48 hours, CENI is going to publish the final list, the definitive list for those who were maintained for the presidential and also for the national legislative. There is no time really to review the candidacy of Jean-Pierre Bemba and take it with consideration. Secundo, we are not quite sure that the election is going to take place in the Congo because everything is gray at the moment. So there is possibility that the elections won't be there and Jean-Pierre Bemba may not even be present. As Jolie said, he is focusing now for the next 2 months to fight for the inclusion or inclusivity of the candidate into this election. That's why he's going to meet with friends, we assume in Europe, where he's actually based. He's going maybe to meet with friends and go around to see if they can intervene and he can be included, or other people can be included in the process of the election in the Congo. Meaning that for the remaining time, for the next 2 months, Jean-Pierre Bemba may not be seen in the Congo. Also maybe possibly for his propaganda or campaigning for his election and so on. Which is again another point to show that he may not be back. So now as the list, the definitive list, the final list, it will be given out on the 19th of September, which is tomorrow. You Congolese guy, Congolese girl, Congolese brother and sisters, are you prepared for the surprise of this list? This list might be published with or without the name or names of some of our candidates for the presidential election. What are you going to do? What will be your attitude if today Felix Tshisekedi is not on the list? Felix Tshisekedi's name is not on the list. You people of UDPS, what have you prepared in case his name doesn't appear on the list? If the name of Kamere also is swapped away from the list, what is going to happen for the people of UNC? If the name of Matungulu or Fayulu or someone else is not appearing on the final list, what are we going to do? This again calls us back to think about plan B. And you, the leaders of the opposition, you haven't so far told us, in case people continue to be removed from the process of election, what are we going to do as the population, as the electors, or as people who are supporting you, who are behind you? That is my question, and maybe an answer will come right from you. So now, as we are moving forward, according to my observation, this is just my observation, whatever those people or leaders of the opposition will tell CENI to do, CENI doesn't honor it, does not take it in consideration. Whatever we, the population, will ask CENI to do, or we present to CENI our requests, those requests are always turned down and CENI doesn't consider them at all. Therefore, we continue to be forced somehow to bow down on CENI's decision. Whenever CENI says something, our leaders of the opposition, with the population of the Congo, we are forced to follow and to accept whatever they say. And CENI has so far known that whenever you say something to the Congolese people, they will say no, but if you push it through, they will finally bend themselves or they will bow down and they will accept it. And I'm saying this because of this voting machine, for example. CENI invited people from SADC. 2 people from SADC came, and I've told you in the past publications that, you know, they said, oh, the machine is good, blah, 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 blah. We should move forward with it. Furthermore, they invited also a group of people from Westminster. Those people came from the UK to come to assess those machines. But CENI gave to them a limitation in their assessment. They didn't have the right to go deeper or to touch some areas of that machine, of those machines. They spent a couple of months in the Congo trying to figure out how it works, but they were very limited. They didn't have access to everything. So yesterday, they said, we are now at the end of our mission, but the problem is that we don't recommend this machine, or we cannot say this machine is the best one for the election for the Congolese people. However, if you want to use it, they gave a list of 15 items, 15 things to think deeply about it. Otherwise, the message is that, you know, those machines are tricked, and if you don't follow those 15 things, then there is a danger of a treachery, of dodging in this coming election. But CENI continues to say we have to use those machines, and if we don't use them, that was what Mushangezi said yesterday, if we don't use these machines, then we have to go through the system of using paper and pen, and that will push us to change the date of the election, and the election can be postponed. Thing which Kabila wants, thing which I've been telling you every time, is they will try by all the means to change either the date or to completely cancel the election. That's why wars stand on one side, treachery on the other side, kidnapping on the other side, and all of this, you know, as you call it, porridge mixed with rice, porridge mixed with, I don't know, everything in one pot, in order to complicate the situation so that the elections cannot be taking place. So in case now the election is not taking place in the Congo, you people, leaders of the opposition, what do you propose to us, the population? What is a plan B? What are we going to do? Are we just going to look at Kabila and CENI and say, yeah, great, you have done it? Or what should we do while we are suffering, while we are going through trauma and pressure of tyranny, pressure of Kabila and everything that you know? So, for that reason, we trust you, leaders of the opposition. We have given to you all our trust, and we are not expecting to be let down by you. We are not expecting to be let down by you as it used to be in the past, where many of you will deceive the people of the Congo. People of the Congo are tired, and our tiredness is not only because the election is taking longer, because the situation is cumbersome, but because also suffering is above our capacities. People have suffered a lot, morally, physically, psychologically, possibly also spiritually. So Congolese people are really at, you know, as we say, at the end, at their last drop of blood. So please, please don't deceive the people of the Congo. We know very well some of the leaders of the opposition, some of the opposition people will go to meet with Kabila behind the curtains. They will talk to him. They will organize things. Then they will come back to the population and mislead the population with fake news, false information, false impressions, and the population succumb. Please stop those type of games and dramas which has been taking place in the Congo. It's a time for a change, a great change, a good change, a change for every person. So I'm going to move forward. While I was thinking about this opposition, our opposition sometimes they will tell the government, the illegal government of the Congo, look, we won't go to the election if you don't do A, B, C, D. We won't participate to the election if you don't do such and such and such thing. For example, release those who are in jails, do this and that and so on. But the government of the Congo continues to do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, without considering the people. While we are the one who needs our leader, we are the one who should choose our leader, we are the one who are going to elect someone, but we are not involved in the whole process, either the leaders of the opposition. So how to go to this election? That sent me to think about something, and that's what will take me, maybe, let me just say, maybe a little bit deeper to this analysis. And our analysis today, as I was just saying, is to push me to go through this, what is behind me. A flag of the Congo which shines with very beautiful colors, very well designed. And this is a way that all Congolese people should shine. This is the way that Congolese people should be reflected in our world with all that we have got as the resources, natural resources of the Congo, could make every single Congolese citizen of the Congo to shine like their flag. Today I'm not talking about the flag, but let me focus a little bit on our emblem which is there. It's talk about justice, peace, and work. That's our slogan. Justice, peace, and work. But at the moment as we are talking, justice in the Congo doesn't exist. Injustice instead takes control. Peace is not there. We talk about it every single day. Instead of peace, you know what we have? We have wars. And finally, instead of work, people are jobless. Maybe this slogan should change to injustice, war, and joblessness. Because these are the three main factors. Excuse me. These are the three main factors which Congo has been going through. We breathe injustice in the Congo. We eat war. And also we sleep in jobless. And we want these things to change. We want you leaders of the opposition to look at them, to consider the calamities, the tough life, the hardships that Congolese have been going through. Furthermore, are you really prepared to go to this election where there is no peace, where there is no justice, and where there is no work for your people? How is it going to work? Because whenever you complain after dodging the elections, you have to go to the courthouse where where justice is doesn't exist. It has been already changed by injustice. And whenever injustice is shown, the people of the Congo will stand. Peace is not there, but it will be worse because they will demonstrate and the peace won't be there. So we can look at the situation carefully and to serve the people of the Congo rather than saving ourselves. So we invite you, leaders of the opposition. We can see how the opposition continues to be weakened. We can see how days have been going fast, weakened by, Kabila and Shadari and all those people of FCC. They have been fighting, working hard in order for us to collapse. But as I said yesterday, we have to stand on our feet and fight back. We are weak, but we are stronger than them. So, I tried to go through some of the speeches, some of the plans that our leaders of the opposition presented. And I can tell you that some of them were really weak. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not attacking them, but they were really weak and they don't match the reality of the 21st century. Some of them were written like, We are living maybe in the 18th or 16th century maybe. Even some of the speeches which are older than me, older than you, made people to feel loved by their leaders. And if you present those good plans, those good speech, powerful speech, which will touch people, that's what will motivate them and will bring people to come really attached to you. I've read several speeches of Martin Luther King. And his speeches were really a powerful message, were really powerful messages to the people. People felt connected with them. Obama also have written a few, and many other political actors around the world. In this century, in the century before, and in the century again earlier. Most of those speeches are inviting people to connect with their leaders. And they show that, leaders show through their speeches that, we have connection with you. We know who you are. We understand who you are. And we are here to stand for you, to fight for you. But most of those action plans for our leaders, I believe many Congolese actually, they only know about the amount of money those leaders wanted for their plan of 5 years or 10-year term. That's all. But deep inside, other details of those plans are unknown for many Congolese people. So leaders of the opposition should bring those plans out, let people read them, let people discover the connection which is hidden in those messages, so that people can be connected really to you and feel like we have got leaders who care for us and we also care for them back. But if we don't even know the content of your plans, the plans that you made for us, how are we going really to live or to be connected from each other? We should learn from others. For those who wrote those speeches, so those who wrote those plans, I believe that they should go back sometime, check other plans from other countries, from other developed countries, plans maybe which would respond, if not to the 21st century, at least to the 20th century. But if you wrote a plan which can be considered as a plan of the 15th century, which means 500 years earlier or ago, that won't help the country with the realities of the 21st century. So we have to match those things. However, reading some of the speeches of this man like Martin Luther King, you could see, you can even watch videos, people were crying and you could see people really feel connected to their leader. Why not in the Congo? Why do you take so easy those type of plans, actions plan for a nation? It's just like, any text that someone can write, read it to people and that's it. And all is about money. Or I will change this, I will build that, I will build that. It will end up like the plan of Kabila. The man who is there today illegally. He gave us project. Oh, we have to build road. We have to do this. Yes, the 5 projects that he gave, true, they are there. He did something. He built roads, but how can I walk in? I mean, I don't even drive a car. Someone will tell you that. I don't have even one. I don't even care. I can't even afford to pay for my bus fare. I walk instead. What does the road mean for that person who is hungry? What does the road mean for someone who is in hospital without medication? What does the road mean for someone whose children are at home and they cannot even attend the school because their father can't afford to find just $1 to pay for the school fees for his children? And today, those 5 projects of Kabila for the past 17 years, almost 20 years, haven't even completed yet. Can't we learn from that? We should have a plan, concrete plan which will bring a change, not only physical change, but mental change, spiritual change, and people will feel really connected to their country. That is what we want. Furthermore, I can tell you that today we have got everybody who can talk about a phone, a smartphone, Android, and so on. And you can use your smartphone, you can be fast in typing, fast in sending messages. But whenever your phone breaks down, you take it to someone who can fix it. There is a repair. As a friend told me today, Even those who drive cars, you can have a very beautiful car, you are a very good driver, but whenever your car breaks down, you have to take your car to a garage. And it's up to the mechanic to fix your car, because yourself you can't. You are only a simple driver, although the car is yours, but you're a driver. And you need a mechanic to fix the car. And the mechanic, very often you'll find that every single mechanic is also a driver. They know how to drive, but not every single driver can become a mechanic. And in the politics of the Congo, we find many politicians who are just like drivers. They know how to talk, how to lead, but when things don't go right, whenever something goes wrong, instead of going back to find a solution, they surrender it, they abandon it there, and that's it. For that reason, you know, we come across situations where we are asking for plan Bs, and they don't have plan Bs. They don't even talk about it. Because for them, it's just like, yeah, let's go with this movement, election, that's it, and after election. And this is not only on the side of the opposition, but also on the side of the majority or side of Kabila. Most of Congolese politicians, I'm not criticizing them, most of them, you know, they joined that political movement because a friend invited them, a brother invited them to join in, and they are there. Once they are there, instead of learning, instead of reading now, instead of documenting themselves, learning from what was written previously, learning from those political actors who, you know, who have got experience in politics. They do this. No, I'm not a politician. I'm not someone in my country. I have no time even to read or to consult any single person. And whenever now things are going wrong, as we can see actually with the situation of the Congo, we don't know from where we'll get our solution or our answers, because our politicians don't want to learn, they don't want to go deep into politics. For them, politics is just a matter of prestige. It's just a matter of, you know, making money and stealing, looting, and run away from the country one day. That's all. And that is a shame, because the Congo is a big country which does not deserve that. However, it's not too late. You can still learn. Our politicians can still read books. They have the time. Even someone who didn't have an experience, by reading, by learning from others, you can build up your confidence. So it's good to build up our confidence, learn, and therefore, by learning, a mechanic is today called a mechanic. He was not born a mechanic. We have all together to learn, then we can lead our country in the right direction. But if we neglect that side, that way now, we can go every time up and down. We don't know what we are doing, how to do it. We can't even have time to analyze the situation, to think about it, or to come up with an answer, a simple answer for simple questions. So it's true that the system in our country is completely down. But regardless of that, Congolese people continue to stand on their feet. I can see many gentlemen and women, brothers and sisters in the Congo, standing up, facing the police, facing the people of security, facing the army. They are fighting for their right. Most of them will face bullets. Most of them will go through, you know, a lot of torment. They'll be aggressed by the public forces. They'll be aggressed by the soldiers. They'll be aggressed by the orders of Kabila. We know that very well. But they don't give up. I say congratulations and salute to you, because you are great fighters. Many people in the Congo, they stand up for the right of the Congolese. They accept to die. They accept to give their lives away because they want to see a change. And we should recognize them. We should support them. I won't say any name, but there are many. We should be together with them. No matter the distance which separates us, but we should stand nearby them, by them, and together we can fight. And that's the only thing which will bring a change into the Congo. Without the realities that they are living, without standing up affronting Kabila, without standing up and affronting that system of Kabila, nothing will change. We have to put aside what people say, oh, this is just for the people of Loja, this is just for the people of Katakokombe, this is just for the people of maybe Kinzamvwete, this is just for the people of Boende, this is just... We have to put those type of things far away from us. Those are things of 16th, 15th or 17th century. We are now in the 21st century where people are called to unite in order to be successful in everything. Without our unity, without our love, we can never and ever win the battle. That's why the flag which is behind me reminds you something. Our national anthem, Debout Congolais. Stand up, Congolese. Stand up. This is a time to stand up. It's not the time, as that song says, it's not the time anymore to have our face looking down. We should look forward. We should have a vision. We should look at what is coming rather than at what we have already passing or we have already gone through. Therefore, I invited you. I invite you to stand for the right of your country, to stand for the right of yourself, to stand for the right of your children, your grandchildren, your parents, your grandparents, your community, your family, your province, and finally, for your country, for your friends and brethren Congolese. And then we'll win. French people, if they couldn't do that revolution, French revolution, then France could never and ever become France. And I told you about what happened in other countries in Africa. Tunisia, go to Tunisia, go to Egypt, go to many countries in the northern part of Africa. They stood on their feet for their right. And their decision of standing have changed. All those regimes, all those systems. Even in Burkina Faso, you know how also they changed things there. So we can also do that. We can. We are bigger than Burkina Faso. We are bigger than most of those countries which have done what they did. We can do it. But as I said, the connection between the leaders of the opposition of their population and the population, that's what will lead the population to do something. In your speeches, start to preach, start to tell people, wake them up. Tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And then we can see a quick change. Otherwise, we'll continue to sleep forever. As I say, we sleep in joblessness. We eat war, and also maybe we walk with injustice. For how long should you continue to live in such situations? So leaders of the opposition, we need your speeches, of course, on the 29th, although we know that Kabila is going to block, to stop that meeting to not take place. On the 29th of September, there is a plan of having a meeting. And I assume Bemba will not be there, as they say, he will be just overseas. Who is going to talk? What are they going to talk about? Will it be the same monotony, the same scenario, the same chorus? If we are going to the election, we don't need a machine and so on? Or is it going to be a powerful speech which will connect people to their leaders? Once again, Congo is one. It will remain one. I congratulate you people of the Congo. We have to continue to fight for our country, loving each other, working together, going through actions. You bringing your action, myself bringing my actions, and our actions together will change our world. Thank you very much for watching me today. Thank you for your time. At this note, I have to leave you by wishing you a good night or a good day, depending where you are. Thank you very much, and talk to you again next time. Catch up later. Goodbye.